2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. All right, what up, ninjas? It's Irish USMC Vet and Poison Stinger over there. He is not. He is like, I don't know what he's doing. He's voicing me. I'm voicing him. These are not the AR-15s you're looking for.
Right. What's up, YouTube? Come on, man.
YouTube?
You gotta say it.
What's up, YouTube? Remember, I used to have to tell people to turn their shit down because their parents would get mad because I was yelling.
Dude, I've accidentally used your shit, like, because I've been doing these chats with you so damn much. I've used your shit on my gaming channel a couple times. I hope you're all right with that. I don't mean to be stealing your thunder, bro, but I get all excited and it just flies right out. It's a good catchphrase. I'll try to stop doing that though.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay.
I don't want to steal your shit. Because everybody needs their own shit. I need my shit. That's my issue. I need to find something.
As long as you don't steal my shit verbatim, like others on YouTube do, we'll be fine.
Well, I won't call myself Irish USMC Vet if that's what you're talking about.
What's up? What's going on today there, Poison Stinger? What are we doing today?
Well, we're talking about how everybody wants to defund the police, right?
Yeah.
The bad guys want to well, even Biden. Is it Biden? Yeah, even Biden wants to defund the police now.
Oh, shit.
He's trying to get elected.
The blubbering idiot.
What's hilarious is they're pandering to a very small minority of their base, right? Like, there was polls done recently of people who disagree with defunding the police, and I was on Tucker Carlson, right? It is split, not on party lines, but on economical lines, right? The people who want to defund the police are the very small minority are like the high echelon, top tier of the, payroll, millionaires, right? Because they have private security. What do they care about the police system, right?
Yeah,
so it's
automatic weapons.
Yeah. So it's everybody who is below, being able to afford your own police force, and below that are against it. There's very few people that are for it, and it's not on party lines. So it's Democrats and Republicans that are not for defunding the police. Now, personally, I'm for defunding the police, but for a whole different reason, right? So, but I think that's a losing issue for Biden if he chooses to do it, because they're going to lose a lot of, what do you call, like, white collar Democrats who, still need to call the police because they don't want to have a gun in their house, so they have to call a person with a gun in their house.
I like kukris. Just gotta have kukris laying all around your house, so that way when they come in, it's less than lethal because you can just hack their fucking arm off, and and it's really gruesome. It's really gruesome. So a lot of people won't. Good morning, Anonymous American, Roto Girl. How are we doing today? Anonymous American says, no, demilitarize the police, create a constitutional oversight committee.
Nah, fuck that. You already have a constitutional law enforcement group. They're called sheriffs and deputies. If you don't like what they're doing, you can vote them out. You can fire them. You can't do that with police officers. They're not elected. They're appointed by those that we do elect, but then they just stay in there and they do their own shit for the government or for the state government. And they're not constitutional.
So essentially, they're the private police of the elected officials.
There you go.
That's what you're getting.
They're there to gather revenue for the elected officials. It's another way of paying tax. It's a protection racket. It's a scheme. I mean, and then they're talking about good cops, and even the best cop, even the cop who's fucking Andy Griffith, right? Fucking straight and narrow, or Barney Fife, right? Straight and fucking narrow. The nicest cop you've ever seen. He violates the Constitution on a daily basis, especially the Fourth Amendment, to be secure in your person's papers and effects. How many times? Oh, do you have a driver's license? Are you driving on the road without a license? Excuse me, freedom of travel. I have the right to freedom of travel, and all this bullshit about driver's licenses is crap anyway, in my opinion. But don't tell me that there's such a thing as a good cop. Any cop that violates the U.S. Constitution is a bad cop, in my opinion. And they all do it on a daily basis. Oath keepers, my ass. Give me a ticket for $400 for not coming to a complete stop at a 4-way at 3 a.m. Who is that protecting and serving? That ain't protecting and serving me. It sure as hell ain't protecting and serving you either.
No, because they're out giving me a ticket. But that's how they make contact, and they, that's their excuse for, we made contact with this individual, and they had 5 kilos of devil's lettuce in their car.
Well, they have a quota. Now they'll say, well, we don't have a quota. We don't have to give out a certain amount of tickets. No, they don't have to give out a certain amount of tickets, but they do have to have a quota or a certain amount of citizen contacts every month. If they don't have enough citizen contacts every month, they will get in trouble with their officer or their commanding officer, the CO. They don't have to give you a ticket, but they're highly trained to do so.
So apparently in Los Angeles and Hollywood, California, it turned into a giant music video about fuck the police, coming straight from the underground. They got it bad for a brother because I'm brown. But yeah, massive protest in Hollywood turns into fuck the police music video. And that's the link provided there that you can check out.
That's cool.
I do Predator drones are also surveilling crowds. Go ahead. Sorry.
Now, I do have a problem with their version of defund the police, though, because they're wanting to take out the cops that are there. I forget what video I saw of this, but they were explaining the whole idea is that they want to remove the police officers there, that most of them are conservatives, air quote big time on that voted for Trump and are Trump supporters, which, I'm not a really great Trump fan, and the idea is to take them out and then replace them with, Black Lives Matters leaders or other woke individuals. So to have a woke police force, right, that then will go out and enforce woke laws. And that I'm definitely not for. I am for constitutional sheriffs, but I am not for replacing so-called conservative police officers with so-called woke police officers. I think that's bullshit. We need city police for many reasons, but they need an outside authority that can put. I don't see why we need cops at all. Why can't a sheriff do it all? Why can't a sheriff? I mean, sheriff's been doing that since before we had police officers. We didn't have police officers until recent. Within the last 100 or so years, like the first 100 years of America, we didn't have police. We had sheriffs. They dealt with murderers, rapists, horse fuckers. They investigated that shit.
Wilbur, help!
Want to watch me make it talk?
That's so disturbing. Oh.
Most of the shit that the police do, they're not there to serve and protect you anyway, man. They are there to bust your ass. Everything you say will and be, may and will be used against you is truth. Sheriff Department patrolling New York, not to a little funding. That's all right. You can disagree. We can be friends still, unlike other people that were here yesterday. I'm never gonna be your friend, bro.
Well, that's what we're here for. We're here to have conversations, and it doesn't necessarily evolve around the police, but.
Well, it was the title of this stream, so I thought it was pertinent.
No, it's not. Huh? This is why are predator drones patrolling our streets?
Yeah, well, I mean, we need if nothing else, demilitarize the police for sure.
If the police have fucking predator drones, we need to shut them down immediately, because predator drones are military. And if they got a fucking $3 million, $4 million fucking plane flying around checking on local citizens, then they need to be shut down because no. Because next thing, whenever you have a dissenting opinion of the police, or you get into a fight, they'll just drone you and bomb your fucking off the fucking face of the earth.
Right.
We had a guy a year ago get busted in town near here for trespassing fucking a horse.
Yeah.
In Texas, that's still punishable by death, I think. In some states, cattle rustling, and somebody came on here and told us that before, and I went and looked it up, and for sure it is. It's still a punishable by death, hanging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, that would cure a lot of problems in America. You start having public hangings again.
Yeah. Well, then it would turn into a black and white thing again.
Well, it always will. I mean,
because you have the whole police that they specifically target, people of ethnic origin. Good morning, Bikes. How are we doing today, sir? Yeah. So, why are predator drones surveilling crowds? Why are they flying over United States soil? That's a good question that everybody should be asking.
Freedom is gone, man.
They've also shut down instantly all arguments in favor for vaccines and contact tracing are now obliterated. Why? Because contact tracing would put you in the place of the riot and also incriminate you, whether you were there to do something bad or good.
That's why I've been leaving my phone at home every time I go out for the most part. There's been a couple times I've taken it, but I'm just trying to fool them, you know? Like, oh, he's staying at home most of the time, but this time he went to the store. Okay, that's fine.
And there was an open admission by globalists that the lockdowns were pure economic warfare against us all. I also posted an article up there at the top of the chat before we came live, and it talks about the collapse of the dollars coming. So those are all conspiracy theories, and you guys could check them out. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They shouldn't be over United States soil, Bikes. Period. That's just scary as fuck. Because the same reapers that they fly and kill the enemy are flying over America's soil. And as you know, Bikes, shit goes missing in the military, and all it takes is one fucking person with an itchy trigger finger, and we accidentally dropped a tow missile on a motherfucker. And I know that's an old missile, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, believe me, the government doesn't make mistakes. They don't make accidents. They don't admit to their mistake. They'll come up with a story why it was justified.
Everybody's human, and they make mistakes, man.
Not the government. Have you ever heard the government say, "Oh yeah, we fucked that one up"? Oh, by the way, Vietnam, yeah, totally mistake. Didn't the whole reason we got in it? Totally fake. Oh, we know about that, but did the government come out and actually apologize or anything about the fake war in Vietnam? No. All them soldiers who died because we got into that thing over a lie. Oh.
Are you referring to the Gulf of Tonkin?
Maybe.
Welcome to the Conspiracy Garden channel.
It's not even a conspiracy. That's the problem, right? It's not a conspiracy.
I know.
It's actual fact. They released the fucking documents from the government. They didn't say anything about it. They didn't come out and make a press conference about it. But, oh, by the way, here's a whole bunch of shit. Now look over here. Now we can't say we didn't release it. That whole shit, fucking fake. How many people died? How many people died because of that shit, bro? And it's not even a conspiracy theory.
They're still looking for the bodies, man. I know. That link's posted down below to Project Recover. So yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's cool.
I know. It's aggravating. So did you see the link? The old man that was shoved down by police was actually a left-wing agitator skimming police radio frequencies to run information warfare tactics against law enforcement. How dare you use our stuff against us?
I don't care what side he was on. A cop pushing anybody down for nothing, because the guy wasn't threatening. He was talking. He might have been shit talking for all I know, and that you know what? That's freedom of speech. And I don't care if he's full-on libtard. You have every right to yell at the cops of your grievances and use some curse words, in my opinion, right? If that cop then pushes you over, I do not care what your beliefs are. That's still wrong. And the dude was bleeding out his ear, for crying out loud.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm just reading the article.
All right.
I'm just posting articles, bro. Don't be mad at me, yo.
Oh, I'm not mad at you. You know that. I'm mad at the system.
I'm just posting articles. Next thing you know, I have hate mail coming from you too. Fuck, I
Fight
don't
the
need a
power.
bunch. Don't make me be a disgrace again now. I'll have to slap them up. Bring back public hangings for all pedos, murders, kidnapping, etc., and watch crime drop. Just make it to where
bring back hanging for cops that kill or do bad shit, especially kill. If that cop is convicted of murder, hang his ass. See how many cops fucking do it after that. Probably have less cops because nobody will want the job. That might be all right.
I mean, you can, in some religions, you can still stone your wife to death if she looks at another man or goes out with a head covering on. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Is it archaic and barbaric? Yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
by the way, I know my opinion is not a popular opinion, and we have some cops and ex-cops in the chat, and you know, I still love you. It's just my opinion.
Well, according to Poison Stinger, if you're an ex-cop, then you're a good cop. Yeah. So there you go. Well, ex-cops.
Maybe.
There you go.
I say that's the best way. That's the only ones that are good. Maybe there's some bad ex-cops too. Who knows?
Oh, good morning, Jace M Outdoors. I wish we could. You can strap guns to drones. Go check out the military.
They have missiles.
But yeah, some big nasty missiles. But it would probably, if you could use it against the protesters, they could use it against you. So that's the only problem I have with that, because once they give them a free-for-all pass to, you know. However, I totally disagree with all the bullshit that's going on, burning and looting and fucking all that stuff. All it takes
is some police work.
I don't want to give them any more opportunity. Instead of having to come to your house and meet with you and talk to you over a civil disagreement or something, they just fly over your house and fucking drop a 500-pound bomb on your house. So that would be, if they could do it to the protesters. Just remember, we're the same population of protesters. We're all the same in their eyes. So if they were allowed to do that, they would. Did you get another? My chat's super slow, so.
No, you just were really loud in my ear there for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's my volume.
What's up, YouTube?
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's some bold statements there, Jason Outdoors. You're gonna shoot all the protesters, like all of them? Or are you talking about the rioters? Are you talking about the looters? Are you talking about the ones actually out there that are demanding change in the police department brutality aspect? I'm all for defunding the police, and there are a lot of people that disagree with that. I'm all for protest. I'm all for taking power back from those who supposedly rule us, because they're supposed to be our servants, public servants, not the other way around. But it sure does look like it's the other way around sometimes, when cops are beating down people for no freaking reason. Like the old 75-year-old man who's now bleeding from the ear. He got knocked down. He didn't do nothing. He wasn't even armed. Because they believe that they have the power, you will respect their authority, and they've forgotten that they are a servant of ours and not the other way around. So, Anonymous American, I agree exactly with that. I mean, I talked about that originally with the police that violate the Fourth Amendment on a daily basis. They swear an oath to the Constitution. They swear an oath to the laws of the state. The laws of the state counter the Constitution laws. And so which one are you going to follow? You can't follow two masters. So you're going to follow one over the other. And the ones that state cops are following the state laws, not the U.S. Constitution.
Yeah, because, I mean, to me, if they decriminalized all this shit, like when I was growing up, you punch a motherfucker in the mouth and they caught I said something wrong. But now you do it as a civilian, and it's a felony in a lot of states. Now, if the police do it, they're doing it under the authority of that they're a higher person than you. So it's okay for them to do it, but if you do it, they're going to arrest you and give you a felony charge and take all your rights away. So they've criminalized everything. Now, if you shank a motherfucker 13 times or something crazy like that, then yeah, that's a little excessive. But if you knock a motherfucker out and you walk away after, you've knocked them out, then hey, no harm, no foul. And I believe that's what's wrong with a lot of America today, especially the whole keyboard warrior society. I could talk all the shit I want to online, or to your face, and knowing that if I do anything to correct your attitude, I'm going to get in trouble for it, and you're not. So in the end, they win if you break their fucking jaw or knock all their teeth out, for running off at the suck. So I think that law needs to be turned back into a misdemeanor, or because there's a certain amount of violence that, as far as like, if you get into a fucking fist fight with somebody, you duke it out or whatever, and it's done and over with. But even if you get into a skirt with someone, you're gonna get less time if you murder them or kill them in defense than you are if you knock them the fuck out. Now, how fucking stupid is that? That's the dumbest shit. But it's okay for the police to do all those escalations, of course. It's not okay, but I'm saying in their mind it's okay because they're militarized and they all think they're scout snipers or whatever with their little Punisher skulls all over their vehicles and their chest iron and stuff.
Right.
So, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So if they're allowed to beat you the fuck up, then you might as well be able to beat them the fuck up, or protect yourself other than you having to use deadly force. So I don't know. That's just fucked up to me. That now that you can't punch a motherfucker, even if you open hand slap somebody, it's considered a felony in most states.
Wow.
So. And it didn't do anything to help anybody out because now you got all these smart mouth fucks that want to run you over with their car, or commit some.
We need to do something about those assault cars, assault vehicles.
If they're or vans or semis or whatever the fuck they use. But you know what I'm saying? Like, am I making myself clear on that? Like, the police can beat the fuck out of you while you're handcuffed, but if you slap a motherfucker or punch him in the mouth for the same thing that the police.
Because they're softening you up because they can just say, well, he resisted and I had to get him to comply. So that's me getting him to comply with my authority. So, I mean, there's always a different set of rules. Yeah.
Yeah. And everything is a felony now, even in Florida. Like if you carry in Florida, and this has been there for a long time. I don't know if they've changed it, but for the longest time, if you carry a knife that's longer than the palm of your hand, that's a felony. If it's open and it's longer than your hand, it's a felony. Now, somebody from Florida is in here, I'm sure, so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the way it used to be. I was stationed there for a while, and I had a Spyderco, and it's rather large, as you can see, according to their rules. So I was pulled over because I was in town at nighttime, and I was lost. I was trying to find the MacDill Air Force Base, and I got pulled over, and the cop was going to take me to jail because I had that knife. And I was like, buddy, I've never heard of that law. I'm trying to find pick up a deserter at a fucking air station here or something. And if it wouldn't been for the fact that I had paperwork from the military, I probably would have been in jail for a felony. Because I was carrying a pocket knife, not a fucking sword, not a ballistic knife.
He's just there to protect and serve your ass, bro.
Right, but that turned into a 2 hours worth of fucking search. So always able to use force.
It's not in the Constitution that you can have a knife, though. So I guess he didn't break that one, right?
He don't balance good, says Wayne G. Good morning, Wayne. How we doing today, sir? Raise your hand if you know what
compulsory service. Yeah, I know what that is. That's when you're forced to serve in the military without choice. It's the draft or whatever you want to call it. Some countries do it. We used to do it with I want to say we did it. Like, it's more of all males have to go into the service at a certain age. I guess Israel is kind of like that, I think. Right? Where everybody who's 18 years old and male has to go unless you're disabled.
Selective service, yeah.
So you have to
selective service.
Well, this is compulsory. I can't talk
Compulsory.
today. This is where you have to serve if you're able-bodied, you're 18 years old, you're male, right? Whereas our voluntary service here in America, we used to have the draft, we don't no longer. But if we did have the draft again, it still wouldn't be compulsory, I don't think, because that would only take place during wartime. And compulsory is pretty much all the time. Everybody has to serve at 18. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. That's my understanding of it, though.
Allowing everyone to vote and state petitions are a problem. Cops here can text and drive, but nail everyone else. Yeah, they say because
I've seen cops on the computer with both hands while rolling their car, man,
and swerving past the fog line, and yeah. My favorite's whenever you see them speeding home for dinner, with no lights or nothing, and you watch them pull in their house. That's always my favorite. I saw a police officer texting and driving. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. You're not above the law, but they make it that way. Allowing a state to petition a law onto state voting ballot is mob rule, says Wayne.
I explained that one. I don't get that.
Yes,
one.
Wayne. We need to get back to landowners, active duty veterans, and business owners are allowed to vote. Only those who have a stake in the U.S. like originally intended. Originally, voting rights were reserved for veterans, farmers, and business owners because they paid by blood, sweat, and economic taxes. Well, I got two. I got two out of the. I guess. Well, yeah.
I don't think that's.
I'm a veteran and a farmer.
That's definitely not a popular opinion there, Wayne. I mean, I don't even really like that one. I think everybody should be able to vote.
Beat me to it. I'm leaning towards earning.
Earning your rights. So you don't have the Second Amendment. You don't have freedom of speech unless you can pass an IQ test, or what? I mean, that's kind of bullshit, bro. It's kind of bullshit.
No, I don't. Explain yourself. I don't want to.
Compulsory service means that you are forced to serve. It has nothing to do with the fire department.
I'm talking about Wayne.
Okay. Sheriff and police departments are compulsory. There are many. Nobody's forced to be a cop. Nobody's forced to be a fireman, bro. Compulsory means that you're forced to do it at a certain age. Maybe you're thinking of a different meaning, but that is the wrong. I mean, I guess I could be wrong too. That is not the definition that I know of. As far as I know, that's voluntary.
And then Wayne is explaining. That's what I was looking for, right?
Military is all but illegal, and the government. Yeah, it is, and the government is the only sanctioning body of arms. So why don't we make it official and make it so you are not a citizen unless you serve? First of all, I'm not a citizen. I'm a person. I'm a people, right? We the people. It didn't say we the citizens. Citizen means that I give up my rights and allow my rulers to rule over me. I am not. I mean, I'm not renouncing anything, right? But at the same time,
are you a sovereign citizen?
No, I'm not. I'm not denouncing shit. All I'm saying is it's not constitutional. You never see the word citizen ever once in there. So I don't consider that. Now, I'm not saying shit because I know what comes with that, right? But this whole earn your rights, bro, come on. Those are God-given rights. And it's not just to us Americans. It's supposedly if they're God-given, God gave them to everybody around the world because everybody in God's eyes is equal, right? So technically, everybody in the world should consider the Constitution as God-given rights. We, as a nation, back in the 1700s, acknowledged the fact that everybody has these rights, and we're going to write it down that these are the rights that God had given us. And it's not up to the government, and government didn't grant us these rights. Government did not grant my right to have the Second Amendment, okay? They just acknowledged that God had given me that right.
He's talking about voting rights. He's saying, if you don't have a job, if you didn't serve in the military, or you don't own a business, you shouldn't. That's on down there further. Maybe. Sorry, I'm just reading.
No, you're fine. I get a little heated.
Hey, it's all right. Compulsory service is needed by municipalities, counties, states, and federal government.
I'm going to disagree with you all day on that one, Bites.
Well, we need a fire department. I agree to that.
How many fire department chiefs have you seen kneeing on somebody's neck lately?
I mean, fire departments are rough, bro. You ever been to one?
Yeah.
I was on the Yeah, you get some ass whip. There's a lot of harassment and ass whipping going on inside the department.
Well, I'm definitely for volunteer firefighters. I don't know enough about non-volunteer firefighters to make an educated discussion on that, so I'm going to leave that one alone. But I haven't been trampled on by firefighters yet, so I have no opinion on them. Wait. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You can read that one.
I was just saying Wayne G says I'm talking about voters' rights. Okay. Voters' rights. I don't know. I still think everybody should be able to vote. I mean, you can't fix stupid. And the stupid are out there right now with all their shit, right? So you say that you're not going to be able to vote now. Oh, I mean, that's kind of bullshit in the same way as this bullshit that the left try to have voter suppression of their own, right? We don't like it when Democrats do that. What if Democrats said, well, nobody that earns over $100,000 a year can vote because, they're part of the problem? We would be all up in arms over that shit, wouldn't we? And for good reason. The question is would you be for it if Obama was talking about it, It's okay, everybody thinks, well, I'm okay with red flag laws because Trump said he was okay with red flag laws. So therefore, Trump's 5D chess and all that. I'm a Trump supporter. I support Trump no matter what. Oh, he wants to make vaccines mandatory. I don't believe in that, but, he knows what he's doing. It's 5D chess. He ain't really going to do that. He's going to do something else, I'm sure of it. But with the voter shit, no, man. If you wouldn't be okay with the other side doing it, you shouldn't be okay with your side doing it. That's my best answer to that.
So anonymous Americans saying if you don't own land or serve in the military or you don't own a business that helps the economy, then you don't need the right to vote is what he's talking about.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
if you're not putting into the economy or have done some service for the country is what he's saying.
I agree. I mean, I kind of agree. I see where you're coming from anyway. But I don't want to take anybody's voting rights away.
Because originally they wanted people that come here to help. They don't want people here that are mooches on the fucking system.
You want to know how you fix that kind of problem though? Is you tax everybody, and for cuts the rich.
He's frozen.
Oh, am I frozen?
Yeah, you were just. I don't know if I was frozen or you were frozen, but you were stopped with your hand up.
Oh, shut up! I see it going back and forth. So. Let me read for voter suppression or taking away people's voting rights, right? But if you kind of want to have the same kind of thing, but in a different way, how about giving everybody the same tax? Like right now, the rich don't pay much of a tax because they have cash flow and they know how to get around the whole tax system, right? So fuck that. Tax everybody, including the poorest of the poor, 10% of what you make, right? If you make a tax 10%. If you make $10 a year, $10,000 a year, right? Then 1,000 of that goes into the tax. It's called the biblical tax or whatever. So I mean, 10% for the rich is still going to be probably more than a lot of them pay as it is, and 10% for the poor, yeah, it's going to hurt them a little bit, but at the same now when they go vote, they actually might give a shit about the policies they're voting for because, it's going to affect their wallet or their pocketbook. They're the ones paying for it now. Not having to pay anything now you're going to vote for Democrat because the scary Republican, right versus left paradigm, the scary Republican's going to make you have to pay taxes. You don't want that, do you? You must vote for us. I totally went off tangent.
Sorry, I just realized I have radio going.
Oh, are we gonna get copyright striked?
Probably. I just realized it got really loud for some reason. I don't know. Anonymous American says his whole family's firefighters. That's awesome. Yeah,
I have no beefs with them.
I've done that as well. I'm no longer. I still go to fire calls if needed. If they need extra people, but We're all volunteer here. I think we have one paid fire department, but other than that, we're all backwoods
I like
firefighters.
That. Right.
Wayne says we're paying for the lowest common denominator to vote against us and steal our rights through the current ballot system. Yeah. So that's what you were explaining. He's saying the same thing you are.
Yeah. I think everybody should have skin in the game, whereas he's thinking the people that don't have the skin in the game shouldn't be voting. I mean, it's kind of two different ways of looking at it, I would imagine.
Yeah, and that is true. The cities do steal from the rest of the state. The people that actually, that's like, for example, in Chicago, right? They want to take away all the guns and shit, but the people out in the farmlands and stuff still need that. Well, one, it's not a need, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you've ever lived on a farm, you have to dispatch, animals to protect your livestock, yada, yada, yada. And those are God-given rights to protect yourself anyways. But the people inside the cities don't see that way because they have, the police to protect them, or their illusion that they're there to protect them. So, and obviously that's a farce, because if you look at it right now, the police aren't protecting anybody and the fucking cities are burning. And you don't see that shit out here in the countryside because they'll be out here collecting people in black Ziploc baggies if they come out here and start burning shit. So
police are never there to protect you in the moment anyway. They're just there to collect the bodies and do the paperwork.
Of course.
But, and if they bust somebody by accident, that's a good day.
But I agree with Wayne. Like the people in the cities are making the decisions for everybody in this, the state, and it's not feasible because we I don't want to say we're a minority, but
well, we kind of are. I mean, that's why we have a what do they call it? Delegate? No, it's not a popular vote. It's the college, or I forget the name of it. You guys can correct me in the chat.
Electoral college.
Electoral college, right, or something like that. Yeah. So that way that we that are outnumbered by the cities have the same amount of voice as the ones in the city, right? Because we saw that take place in Virginia, right, with the whole little town, or not little town, big city of I forget the city, but they voted, whereas the rest of the state is like, hell no. But because they had more people and they didn't have, that kind of thing where they have just as much say as the big city, then they got outvoted. And that's definitely what the left wants to do, for sure. They're trying to get rid of that on a national level right now. And some states follow this national guidelines and some don't.
Yeah, it was changed so that the cities would control. And that's the funny part about, like, look at the movie. There's a whole movie series on it, I always forget it, but that's the way it's going to be as we progress into the future. The cities are going to be the fucking, the main, and everybody else is going to be a slave, because they're just going to, if you're not rich, you're going to be living in what movie was that? Damn it.
Minority Report?
No, Mockingjay, fucking something.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Somebody will know what I'm talking about. They've seen it. Right. But if you look at that movie, that was a depiction of what's going to be the future, in my opinion. I agree. Corporate tax system is fucked. Charitable organizations are used to launder money. To beat the system, you just have to have an offshore account or be in international waters like Apple does.
When you're rich enough, you can figure out all sorts of ways around it. If you have a flat 10%, how much money do you have currently? And boom, 10% of that.
I could tell you how to beat it. You basically open a company, right? And then every year before you have to file taxes, you open another company, and you show a loss in that company. And so therefore you open sub-shell core companies.
I'm not a tax expert, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that can make it work for everybody.
I'm not either, but I'm telling you, this is like, if you can find it on YouTube, watch videos on people that are smarter about it than I am. But you essentially have a company, and then every year you open another company, or every 2 years, whatever. And that company, that you just started is failing for the first 2 to 5 years. So you get to claim that as a loss. So therefore, none of your companies have to pay taxes, or if they do, they're very minimal because you're
Well, to
showing a
be
loss.
honest, yeah, to be honest though, bro, in you know, the way I think, I don't even want people to pay tax at all. Shit, we went to war with the Brits for 2%. So to be honest, we should not only defund the police, defund the military, bro. I mean, I know that's gonna be a harsh one, right? Everybody, even you disagree with me on that one. But seriously though, the government, when it was created, it wasn't meant for all this shit. We're not supposed to be the world police, right? The only thing the government is supposed to do, or the national government is supposed to do, is to keep our foreign affairs in order, right? We're not even supposed to have a standing military, for crying out loud, you know. And then the laws that are state, or the states are supposed to have their own laws. The government's not supposed to do that. The actual federal government, they're not supposed to tax us. They're only there to protect us from foreign threats and shit like that. So, I mean, I don't know. That would be going way too far back into what the actual Constitution was all about. I know we're very far away from that, and it'll never happen. But, you know, in an ideal world, that's what I would like to see. But we pissed too many people off in the world. We could never do it now. If we actually pulled back all of our military and defunded it and said, hey, we're going back to Constitution, the world would be like, oh, it's time to attack America. So I understand how this doesn't work. All right, I understand it because we done fucked up. We've been meddling in other people's affairs for a century now or more.
So, no, we left our past countries mainly due to overtaxing. That's what you were talking about as well.
Yeah.
Taxing, giving some power to legally steal from you, face force. Yeah, I mean, look at Al Capone. He didn't pay taxes, and they put him in jail, right?
Only way they got him, yeah.
Yeah. Only way they got him after all the gunfights and all the other shit. Yeah, it's legal theft. Right. I remember a couple years ago, the IRS put out a thing saying you don't legally have to pay taxes, but we strongly recommend that you do. Why? Because if not,
bullshit.
They're going to send out their fucking their black site operators to fuck you up. Some corporations.
People who have tried to do that, there have been some people. Remember back in the 90s and the early 2000s, I think there was some people, rich people, prominent people that said, fuck you, I ain't paying taxes, it's unconstitutional. Oh, they made examples of them, and they're still serving in jail.
Some corporations that were part of the bread and circus are considered non-profits, such as NFL.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's if they'll give you a non-profit organization thing now, because if you have anything to do with guns, oh man, there's all kinds of okay shit. Electoral system is a state of elections would help curve that. Each county gets 2 points.
Exactly.
I'm a combat veteran. I grew up in the country and lean right, but I'm anti-taxes, law enforcement, or any force on the people by the state. Government's only job is to protect from invasion.
There you go. I touched on that. Yeah.
But like you just said too, though, we've done fucked up so many motherfucking people that we can't return back to. And to protect his people, not to punish. We elect protectors, aka the sheriff.
They're accountable to us, the people.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I'm done.
Correct, Stinger. The service is compulsory after the fact, just like fire departments, prisons, and any other government service funded by the public. Now you understand the point I was making. I was with volunteer group of the State of Liberty Succession, Eastern Washington, and when I proposed that there be a state electoral system, to prevent Spokane from ruling over the state.
Yeah.
No one took it seriously. They just wanted to have power for themselves. Yeah, that's the problem. Everybody wants power to push their agenda. So, fuck you. Fuck the person that really matters. We're actually not to have a standing army according to the Constitution and the way the government was set up. We are so far from the constitutional republic due to adopting democracy. I
totally agree with that statement. But as I said earlier, it's we've gone too far. We can't go back now. If we did, we would be taken over by all the countries who do not like us because of our meddling that we've already done. But don't forget, we're always the good guys.
What is the annual earning amount of the individual to consider that? RIC annual.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe we're talking about taxes and how to make it 10% all the way around. I don't know. Only tax. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, just like a driver's license was meant to only be for commercial people hauling goods, and now they've forced it upon us all because
they make money.
At first they decided that they were going to, let's have these vanity plates on your car, and it was a status, and then it turned into, no, everyone has it. Well, then now they're like, well, let's get you a driver's license because, that's cool too. And then everybody bought into that, and then now we're in the shit show that we're at, where they want to charge you $600 a fucking year to license a car and give you a fucking 25-cent plate.
You have to have your driver's license, cost you money. You have to have your tags, which why cost you money. You have to have your emissions test, cost you money. You have to have your registration, cost you money. Don't forget, you have to have your mandatory insurance, cost you money. 5 different ways of getting money for you just having a vehicle wanting to go out. And that's just the ones that I know about. There might even be more. Wayne G says the only legal tax is a state sales tax. I would be down with that, bro. If we just up the sales tax to 35% across the board, no matter what you buy, and eliminate all other tax, I'm all for it. But when you tax my land, I bought my land. I'm supposed to own my land. I'm supposed to be able to own shit. But then if I don't pay my fucking taxes on my land that I already bought, fully paid for, I'm going to get it taken away by the government? Bullshit. Or the government can just come and seize it if they want. If they want to build a wall and my yard runs in the way, they're just going to friggin' take that from me and give me some pittance to compensate my ass.
Eminent domain, yep. I don't pay taxes, but I pay sales tax. Licensing is selling you your rights back. You already had right. Yeah. For sure. I wish we could go back. If the Marines absorbed the Army and the Navy absorbed the Air Force to protect our trade and borders, fuck the rest of the world, have fun running it. Yeah, for sure.
I'm a separatist for sure.
Yeah, licensing is a definition illegal, selling you a right. Well, they're forcing you to do that as well. They're forcing you to have that right. In order to have free travel, you have to pay for your state mandatory issued driver's license, which is now you got to get through a bunch more hoops to get the little star on it or whatever, so you can travel state from state. And then you have to have plates on every vehicle, including a trailer. That's not all states, but if you have a trailer to haul stuff, you have to also have a plate on that, which they're going to ticket you for if anything's wrong with it.
Yeah, if the lights aren't working.
Yeah, and then you have to have insurance. In order to do any of that, because you can pay for the plates, you can pay for your driver's license, but then you still can't drive.
The only way you get out of all that is if you ride a bicycle everywhere. And
well, they're already starting to do stuff for that too. Now they used to be legal to ride a moped, but now you have to have a state issued ID and a license plate on the moped, no matter what CC it is, or stickers. But now they've also come in, you could get letter or numbers for your fucking utility vehicles to drive on the road as well. So anything that they can make money off of you for, that you should be like, if I want to go from this part of the farm to another part of the farm, but I want to use a public roadway that I pay taxes on, I have to get a permit or a license plate to drive said four-wheeler on the road. Otherwise, it's a $500 fine.
Yeah.
And then if you don't have the newest one is my favorite in state of Indiana. If your child is under the age of 18, and they're riding in any utility vehicle or whatever, they have to have a helmet on.
Wow, really?
And they can come take your four-wheeler or your UTV if they drive by and see your child without a helmet on.
Protecting and serving, bro, by taxing you to death. Like, if I don't wear my seatbelt, I used to get a ticket for $10. I'm sure that's gone up. I haven't gotten one in a while, but I don't wear my seatbelt. It's my little FU to the man. I know that seatbelts usually save lives. Not always. Sometimes they're actually bad to have in a crash. But at the same time, it's my little rebellion that I like to do every once in a while, because it's not up to you if I should be safe or not. I have insurance. If I go to the hospital and I have to have medical stuff done, I've already paid for my insurance. I'm good. I'm not a drain to the system, right? So let me do me. Let me have that freedom of choice, right? That's what this country was founded on. And now, I mean, it's just stupid.
Yes. Ridding the policies of proactive policing and community care doctrines would indeed reverse a lot of these issues. There are cornerstones that started these grievances people have today.
Mm-hmm.
In the U.S., there's only one way to own land. I forget the land deed name, but very few have it. Impossible to get nowadays. If you pay taxes, then you, by definition, aren't an owner. And because as soon as you die, you can't pass anything on unless they pay taxes on it for the rest of the life. So once you pay for it from whoever you purchased the land from, if you're late on your property taxes, they'll just seize your shit and throw you out. It doesn't matter if your property is worth $1 million or $1,000. If you have a $1,000 back tax bill or whatever your payment may be, just a number, then they take your land. So you'll never ever actually own your land. But I would be interested. I know we have an attorney in here somewhere. Comes in, so I would be interested in to know what the land deed is named.
So there's my driver's license. It expires on my birthday of 2040.
Oh, look at that.
2040. I'm not getting a new license until 2040. Unless I move to another state, I might have to. I don't know.
My AZ license probably expires after I die. I'm not getting that enhanced bullshit since when.
Yeah. That's why I showed that, right? Mine either. If I live to 2040, I'll go ahead and get one of those real IDs, because at that point, dude, I'm fucking old as shit. So are you in Arizona most of the time, Wayne G? That's cool, man. It's hard to find like-minded individuals in Arizona. Arizona's, I don't know if it's the heat that bakes people's brain or what, but there's a lot of weirdos out here that are supposedly on our side.
Yeah. So Anonymous America says, my grandma was saved by wearing her seatbelt in the back seat way before it was illegal. Yeah, I have a mixed bunch about that. Whenever I was a kid, I was I believed in going fast, and most of our roads here were still gravel. So I ended up in a lot of ditches, and the one time, quite a few times, wearing the seatbelt saved me. But the one time I was not wearing it, if I would have been wearing it, I'd have been dead, because I flipped the car end over end quite a few times. And the only thing that really saved me was the roll cage. But if I would have been wearing the seatbelt, the A-pillar would have hit me in the face and crushed my skull, because it was sitting on the headrest. So, I mean, I wore my seatbelt most of the time, just because, going fast, you want to be stuck in the seat so you can maneuver and all that good stuff. But we have an interesting land deed that was written up by an attorney and settled in federal court. The land that my wife has is passed through the next generations through a lease, long as we pay
$1 a year.
Wayne, yeah, tell us how to do that.
Yeah, seriously, bro.
Yeah, we need to know that. That's good stuff. But I had to go through federal court, so I would be interested in the cost associated with that too. Anonymous American, if we would have held her in place and killed her, but she bounced over and instead survived.
The grandma. Here's one of my first interactions with stupid cops. All right, I'm driving a 1966 Rambler station wagon. It's my first car. It's got a straight six. It's a hot rod of a station wagon. It almost looks like a 57 Chevy station wagon, except for it don't have the fins, right? But it's classy. It looks kind of like a hot rod, and I kind of dig it, right? It's my first car. Me and my dad built it up. It has seat belts in it, but they were put in they were a what do you call it? They were an option back in the day, right? They were an option. So I'm driving my Rambler around. I get pulled over by the cop who wants to give me a seatbelt ticket, and I tell him this car is from 1966, and it was an option if you wanted to have seatbelts at that time. So therefore, your seatbelt law does not apply to me, because I could have gotten the option that did not have the seatbelts. and it is Arizona law that you cannot give somebody a seatbelt ticket in a car before yada yada date. I forget the date, to be honest, but I think it was like the mid 70s, right? So basically, when seatbelts were then in all vehicles and not an option, right, is basically where you can start giving people a ticket. Oh, he fought me on that one. Oh, don't tell me the law. I know the law. I was like, fool, go and check. So he, sure enough, he goes, half an hour later of him looking on his laptop or whatever. This is back in the 90s, so it took him a minute. Right? He had to dial up and shit, right? So he comes back and he's like, well, you should still wear it and have a nice day. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. I have to tell the cops the law? That should be a requirement for law enforcement. Know the law. If you're going to uphold the law of the state, which is mostly unconstitutional anyway, at least know it before you try to tell me what you're going to collect my money from for reasons. Piss me off.
Wayne says we bounce between the coast and back because the wife is still active and I'm finishing school. Active duty? Or she just likes to travel. It was done by her parents in 94. Wayne G, he wants to know if the land was patented. Wayne says, don't know how they did it. Well, we need to figure that out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a Google search on that one for sure.
But this crosses tribal, state, and federal law. Yeah, we have somebody in here that does legal, like as an attorney. It may be the guy in Florida. I can't remember his name right now. 1969. Yeah, that's just, okay. So
best year ever. So is that the year where they went from an option to a standard seatbelts in every car? I don't know. Mine was a 66, so yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, nobody can know all the laws because they made so many. 60,000-page law that was signed in Congress was looked at for 3 seconds before they voted on it. How the hell can you vote on something like that?
70,000. I think it's 70,000 laws have been made since the Constitution or more, right? I might be way off, but this is like a meme that I saw that Fuzzy Fork shared. 70,000 laws it takes to where because we can't read a stone tablet that has, that's been written on stone. If we just followed the law of don't do unto others as you wouldn't want them to do unto you, we'd all be good. If I rape somebody, obviously I don't want to be raped. So fine me, jail me, do whatever you want to me on that, right? I'm down with that. But if I don't come to a complete and full stop at a 4-way stop sign at 3 a.m. when there's no traffic at all, and now I have to pay $400 for that, where's the victim? Who did I hurt? Why am I getting charged $400 for that shit? Oh, and by the way, you weren't wearing a seatbelt, so that's another $200, sir. Oh, what? I have insurance. I have money. And that's the problem, right? And then, did you see how much policing was going into effect after everybody got their stimulus check? Oh, if you try to go to church, or if you don't obey social distancing rules, or if you try to, open your business, we all know that you got a stimulus check. We're out there and patrolling because we want that money.
Yep. And, well, they're making the fines the same thing as the stimulus check was.
It was always right around $1,200, yeah.
Yeah,
Surprise.
Yeah, you can't know all the laws. That's why I'm saying they should not,
They should have to know them all. Bullshit. And if they have an issue knowing all the laws, then they either need to get rid of some, or they need to make sure that, if a cop has to know every single law, then that person really wants to be a cop. Maybe that would lessen how many police officers we have, which is not a bad thing in my opinion.
Allodial title? Allodial. I don't want to look.
Is that the way to lease your land instead of buying it?
I'm definitely going to look that up.
Wayne G says, I was on security forces while on active duty, and nobody knew all the state and federal laws. They would highlight certain laws each week as what they wanted to enforce. It's bullshit, bro. I know there's a lot of laws. I know that's a lot to ask, but at the same time, I don't think it's unreasonable. You don't have to be very smart to be a cop. What do you go to training for a few weeks? It's harder to be a Marine, for crying out loud, than to be a cop. So you have to study a little bit. So you have to take an exam. So, I mean, you got all these people. I don't know. You should know the laws. Or at least, I don't know. There's the Constitution. You take an oath. The cops take an oath to the Constitution, and then they take an oath to the laws of the state. Which one is it? You can't obey both, because if you obey the state laws, then you're violating the constitutional laws. So all these oath keepers out there asking for your ID or demanding your ID, they're oath breakers. If they're taking an oath to the Constitution, that goes against the Fourth Amendment. Every good cop that I know has broken the Fourth Amendment on multiple occasions, daily, probably. So which one are you swear? You can't serve two masters. Which one are you going to serve? The Constitution or the state laws? Irish put a link, and then anonymous Texas recognizes that land title in some cases. There you go.
Yeah, it's here. It says ownership that is free from all restrictions except those imposed by government powers, government powers of eminent domain, police action, and taxation. So you still have to pay taxes.
Stinger, not an option thing as far as seatbelts. It was an option back in the day, bro. Before 1969 or whatever year it was an option. It was an option in my car. I know. I did the research. It was lap belts that were put in, but it was an option, and that's how I got out of that ticket. Yeah, it had to do with manufacturing the car industry. Most cars were not manufactured with full seatbelts. Most were lap belts. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a law. Until it became a law for them to put them in the cars, you don't have to have it. Now they suggest that you get it, but
yeah, they can suggest all they want.
But good luck finding
for my safety. For my safety, I'm going to give you a fine.
Good luck finding seatbelts besides 5-point or 4-point race harnesses that'll go into a 60s, car without a roll cage.
I miss that car so much, dude. That thing was so much fun. But I'm not for seatbelt laws. But let me be stupid. I mean, this is supposed to be the land of the free, home of the brave, not the land of the fee, home of the slave. But that's exactly what it is. Everything you do, you're getting feed for. You can't do anything for free anymore in this country other than maybe walk down the street. And they're probably going to figure out a way to tax that soon, too.
Okay, you own the land with no oversight.
Keep reading. You don't pay anything.
Oh, I don't know. I just did a quick search on it, man. Like I said, you know more about it than I do. I just wanted to look it up. I'll do some more research on it because it's definitely interesting. Because my situation is I'm gonna have to put it in a trust, and that way all the kids will have to vote on it if they want to get rid of it or you know what I'm saying. So
hey, I already got a trust. I could probably do something like that.
Chicago was trying to tax porn streaming. Can't even go.
Oh man, ain't that the truth, man? We are overtaxed. And can you imagine if our founding fathers were alive today to see how much taxes you get? You get taxed when you make your money. You get taxed when you spend your money. You get taxed on the money that you put into your savings. You get money taxed on the money you take out of your savings. You get taxed so damn much that I would think the amount of money that you actually spend on an actual item is probably like 20, 30 cents per dollar? Close to it, probably.
Well, I mean, most of everybody in here probably remembers penny candy. When you could go get 100 pieces of candy for $1. And that wasn't too long ago, 30 years ago? And you could still go in and get a sandwich, a soda, a bag of chips, and still have 50 cents left over. You know what I'm saying? So maybe not in California, but, because everything's more expensive in California. But that's the way it was here. Morning, Tactical Tone. How we doing?
What's up, Tone? I'm glad to hear some people helped you out on your cause. Sorry I didn't have the financial support on that one, bro. But I'm glad that everything seems to be working out. That's awesome. And as I said in the comment, man, sue the fucking pants off of those assholes.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. Yep, because you suffered trauma from that. Because he even came on here and said, I don't know if it was live or not, but he was having trouble sleeping because of that shit. Because that fucking worries the fuck out of him. Like, stupid shit worries the fuck out of me, and I can't sleep. So, I got to put in 15 plans because I can only imagine fucking wondering if I was going to be fucking whisked away for something that was already settled.
Right. Hey Tony, you got a link, or you got a wrench in here. So if you want to drop a GoFundMe link or whatever, you can do that too. If you guys are interested in helping Tony out, he's having to pay for a lawyer for this bullshit that he's going through right now, where they're trying to accuse him of being somebody else and taking his rights away, arresting him in front of his kids after he got a brand new job and all this shit. You can definitely donate to him. Watch his channel if you don't watch his channel. But he's going through a lot of tyrannical bullshit right now. It looks like we're getting good news out of it, supposedly. But I do know that he had some way to help out with the legal fees and stuff like that. I'm sure he's going to get some of that back if he goes after these assholes, like I hope he does. But if you're interested in helping somebody against tyrannical shit, Tony's a prime example of somebody that you can put your money behind.
Used to be a store when I was a kid and had flavored Tootsie Rolls for a penny. Man, everything was a penny. Like I remember you could go at maybe the fake pack of cigarettes was 10 cents, but like they had penny candy for fucking days. Like you could go in and get 25 pieces of candy for a penny,
Mm-hmm.
Tactical Tony says Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, 14th violated.
Yeah.
I told you. They're blaming one cop. Yeah. Well, it takes a group. Somebody obviously didn't do their research right.
Yeah, there's more than the one cop, believe me.
I mean, I hate to fucking sue people. I've had opportunities to do so and probably could have became wealthy because of it, but I haven't. But
I had an opportunity once.
That right there, that definitely deserves, like, motherfucker, anytime you put me in some shiny little bracelets that I don't want and I didn't buy, yeah. Your fuck up is definitely should be paid for. Sadly,
what pisses me off,
it's going to be our tax dollars that pay it.
Exactly.
Not the
That's
cop.
what pisses me off. The cop who did it ain't gonna see nothing. He might get written up, maybe, but you know how he's got a, what do you call it, a union. He's got a union, right? So he's not gonna get let go. Nothing's gonna happen. Shit, the guy who killed George Floyd, he had 17 other instances of aggressive force or whatever. Nothing ever happened to him, not until this shit went crazy, national, right? So, yeah, the cop that did that to you, Tone, he's not going to do nothing. He's not going to come out of pocket. He's not even going to be suspended. He's probably not even going to be written up. He's just going to be like, all right, whatever. The taxpayers can pay that because the hell it's coming out of his paycheck. That cop who did that, try to see, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but maybe ask your lawyer, can you sue that cop individually as a person? Because that's what you should do for pain and suffering, at least, right?
Mm-hmm. Sadly, it costs money to get justice for being wronged or being a victim. Yeah, because if not, you get a public defender that somebody else paid for. Fatherless homes, over sexualizing entertainment, victim mentality, and ideology over reality are the downfall of best societies. And in times, good will be called bad, and bad called good. Yeah, most definitely. I completely agree with that. On the moral fabric of society is just a shithole. Fatherless home. Okay, I already read that one. Wish I knew that I could have sued the state after my trial. The prosecutor was just trying to railroad me. Oh yeah, because they're gonna get a promotion if they. I don't know what your circumstances were. But yeah, that's all it is. I need the next promotion. That happened in the military too. All the ass kissing. And it apparently happens a lot more today. Because a lot of my buddies are retired now, and they were talking about that too. Like, fuck, you can't even stand up for your young Marines anymore, because if you do, you'll be punished, and so you have to walk the line if you want to get your retirement and get out. Did my last comment send twice? It was only type once. Yeah, it's fine. I clicked on it and started reading it again. I knew something was wrong there. Cost me $30,000 to fight a felony that I didn't do. Yeah, but did you recoup any of that money? No. You're guilty. Guilty until proven innocent. And that's the fucked up way it is, and it's not right. Tactical Tone, you guys, my homies. I'm not gonna say that because even though my great grandmother was a
Of the
Murphy,
African persuasion.
Yeah, she was. My fourth great grandmother was a black lady, and my fourth great grandfather was an Irish Scottishman, and they married and then had my third great grandmother, who was a Murphy. So she had. There's actually pictures of her. I'm not going to show them, but my cousin has them, and she is a light-skinned black lady with freckles, and it's so funny because I was like, I seen the picture and I was like, holy shit, you can really see freckles on her. Because my cousins always told me about it, and I was like, nah, you're full of shit.
Right. Oh, Tony dropping
no, for real.
Thank you, Tony, for dropping the link,
All right.
bro. Everybody that's interested in that, check that out. And also, he has plenty of videos on the subject, so you can research it a little bit if you want before you donate, but it's a good cause.
I could have stayed until retirement, but the military is ran by pussies now and can't train kids the right way.
Yeah, they gotta be safe and non-aggressive. I heard that they don't even allow the drill sergeants to be a little vocal because that might hurt somebody's feelings. You're yelling at them like that. Maybe you could use your words instead of your volume.
The only thing that I ever seen at boot camp from a drill instructor was he put hands on a kid and threw him through some racks, and then they made him transfer out of drill instructor duty. But pretty much anything else went, pretty much,
not anymore. Pretty much not anymore.
I mean, we got smoked all the time. When you get corporal stripes, you get hazed. When you get pinned, they called it hazing. But I mean, there was a lot of pussies, but a lot of people still done it because it was tradition where they take your chevrons and they put them in your thing, and they leave the turtles off the back, and everybody that's got promoted above you comes up and sticks them in your skin, and then they pull them out, and then the next person does it.
Oh, dude, no.
Yeah. That's tradition, man. That's the way it used to be.
I don't like that one.
You're supposed to be the baddest motherfuckers in the world, man. You got to suck it up a little bit there. Don't be a pussy.
I don't like things that poke you.
Hey. They would ask you too. Do you feel comfortable with it? Because some people would cunt out.
I don't know. Maybe with the group mentality, a whole bunch of hoorah going on, and whoo. Yeah, maybe I might do it like one or two times and be like, all right, I'm done.
Nah, everybody had to. They call black Irishmen ninjas.
Yeah.
Tony's trying to get me.
Ooh, that was close. I
said ninjers, man, ninjers.
I know. I heard you. Nice.
Yeah, ass kissers in the Marines get worse and worse as I came closer to EAS. My last chain of command was horrid pussies. I got out before. Don't ask, don't tell was repeated, and yeah. Oh yeah.
Repeated.
Well, I mean, don't ask, don't tell. Like that was just a common thing. Like we didn't.
Yeah. Who gives a shit about your sexuality?
We had homosexuals and lesbians, but that was the camaraderie thing. Like if we were in there talking about banging some chick or blowing out Susie Rottencrotch, and you didn't want us to talk about it because it wasn't your cup of tea, they would just say something to you. There was no fucking repercussions about it. You just say, hey man, I don't want to hear about it. Just like I don't want to hear about you punching out somebody's brown eye and you're a dude. And so that was just a common thing, because hey, that's what you do. You talk about it because that's the way it was. And we also used to take people out behind the woodshed and beat the fucking brakes off of them too. There was many times that people had to go to the fucking hospital for stitches and shit because they got thrown into stuff or got their fucking brains split out. But guess what? That man that you fucking beat the fuck out of, or you got the fuck beat out of by, would stand by you and die with you. No questions about it. You got your problem out of the way, and the best man won. You may have to go at it 2 or 3 times, but hey, still made you a better person, right? Because now you not only learned that you can trust this fucker and that he's a mean bastard like you, but you also knew that he could take a punch. So I don't know. They call everything hazing now. I got chevrons beat on with my first set of wings tacked. Yep. They did away. I know they did away with the kneeing when you get promoted at NCO. Because some guy had got a blood clot in his leg and it would travel to his heart. So I mean, I can kind of see that because everybody that's NCO or above can comes up and needs you for your blood stripes, but the chevron thing didn't ever bother me. I actually got a chipped collarbone from it one time, but hey, it's what it
How
was.
many times did you do it?
I got promoted 4 times, so.
Oh, you got it every time you got promoted? Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
I got throat grabbed and slammed on the floor because the guy 2 down from me laughed. He later found out it wasn't me, apologized, and I never reported him and moved on. Yeah, because
there you go, bro. You don't fucking snitch.
yeah, you're a boot camp, man. You're boot camp. Now, if you were in the fleet and that happened, beat the fucking brakes off them. I don't care what rank they are, but yeah, got my lance.
Well, yeah, but you
tagged.
still don't turn them in. You fucking deal with that shit. Yeah.
Take it out and get fucking. Oh, I seen some little Asian kid. It was in my my platoon at boot camp, and this drill instructor was all up in his face, spitting and shit, and he put his finger on his chest, and old boy did some ninja moves and was all spider monkey on him, and I stood there with a grin on my face, but I did not fucking move. But he whooped that drill instructor's ass all over the fucking place. He was like a little ninja, and I was like, oh shit. And the dude couldn't have been like more than 130 fucking pounds soaking wet, and he whooped that drill instructor's ass. I was like, oh my god.
Speed kills, bro. Speed kills.
Yeah. Well, he was a martial artist or something. I don't know what the fuck but man, they had to remove that drill instructor. We went through so many drill instructors because half the platoon I was in was like people that either had to go in the Marine Corps or go to prison. So yeah. It was some good shit. Got my lance corporal tacked. Yeah. Now, we always got pinned. The rank pinning is a thing in our. Yeah, it wasn't art too. But it was a great group of guys and gals, man. I mean, I wouldn't have changed it for anything. Until I got shipped to the fucking East Coast, and that's the fucking shithole of America. But we had a gay dude go to Leavenworth for filming dudes in the shower. That's funny, Wayne. We had a guy he wasn't filming dudes in the shower. He would come into the shower, because the showers are like open. I don't know if you went to Paris Island or San Diego, but the guy come in there and he'd be brushing his teeth with his towel. And I told him, I was like, look, dude, you're gonna get your fucking brain split out if you keep coming in here. And he come back in there like 2 or 3 times, and it was on. He got his fucking teeth knocked out with a fucking bar of soap. And then he left real quick too. We also had a guy stand up in front of the chow hall and tell the drill instructors, like all the platoons were lined up to go into the chow hall. And the guy held the door open for the senior DI, and he goes, "Sir, this recruit requests permission to speak." Blah 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 blah. And he's like, "Speak, recruit. What do you got to fucking say? Whatever." And he goes, "Sir, this recruit sucks dick, sir," in front of everybody. So they immediately took him, put him on a fag eval, and put him in protective custody because we were going to kill him, right? It was going to happen. He's going to get the fucking, he's going to get locks and socks or, towels and soap. But he really wasn't gay. He just did not want to be there anymore. He had a wife and 2 or 3 kids, but he just couldn't hack it anymore. And he knew the only way that he would get out was to say that he sucked dick in front of everybody. So they had no choice other than put him in protective custody.
Wow.
Some people don't learn till they catch an ass whooping. Yeah, that's right. Thought that's normal in the Marines, Wayne. Oh yeah, beating the shit out of people. Well, it used to be. I don't know if it is anymore. Everything's
probably
so
not. Yeah, probably not.
And of course, I got 4 million comments.
Yeah. Well, you're lighting it up, man. You got a lot of Marines and other sorts of military in here.
Yeah. We had a gay corpsman, and we all loved him. The biggest guy, 295-pound man, was gay, and nobody cared. Because why? Because you were there for a job. You were there not, and if you asked him not to talk about his gayness, and he asked you not to talk about you banging the strippers from the fucking strip club, and
as long as he ain't filming me in the shower, right? Don't film me in the shower. Don't fucking jerk off in the shower watching my shit.
I was in the Navy. It's okay. Right. I heard that shit, and I never partake. That's we did have a guy that got busted banging a Navy female Navy got a lady in the thing. In a helicopter that was dogged down on the fucking flight deck. A Marine was banging a Navy chick. What
happens under the water in a submarine stays under the water in a submarine, right?
Well, we had WMs, so we didn't have that problem. We had barracks rats, so They're all gay down there in the Navy. Says Stan, good morning, Stan. Female birthing smells like tampons and farts. And the male birthing probably smells like fucking semen and and 30 feet. I was aviation. The rest of the Navy hated us. Yeah. I was an airman, Wayne, says Tactical Tony. Now I got damn songs.
In the Navy. Is that the one they're talking about?
My
The village
brother-in-law
people?
was air wing. Still mess with him. Yeah, they call us Pogs. Person other than a grunt. So, yeah. Bunch of air wing guys, except for HDP and bikes and bullets. Same here. AIMD. That's airframes run shit. We had 2 prison boys in my unit, prison or Marines. Yep. I thought it was a joke, man, but they really were there for that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that kind of incentive.
A school in Pensacola was too much fun. Yeah, Tony, I love Pensacola. I was down there during spring break. Hurricane hit Pensacola a week before I got out of boot. The recruit, yeah. Oh,
wait. Did he say "sir" after it? Very commanding pronunciation. This recruit sucks dick, sir. Yeah. Oh my god, dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's like something you'd see in Full Metal Jacket almost.
But the funniest part was he actually, because you have to say, "Sir, recruit so and so requests permission to speak." And then the drill instructor reply back, "What do you want?" Or whatever, what do you want? And then he goes, "Sir, this recruit sucks dick, sir." And they was like, and then like the swarm, it was like a fucking hornet's nest descended upon him.
Everybody's like,
drill instructors, no. I mean, and they immediately whisked him away to protective custody. I went straight to my first command and learned the hard way. He went clinger. Now Obama made the military gay as fuck.
Yeah,
I don't know. I got out before then. We had a headquarters guy film a female Marine in the shower. She found the camera. The guy got arrested after major ass beating from the platoon of grunts. Yeah,
that's good.
Oh, I mean, WM.
You shouldn't film anybody in the shower.
Yeah, WMs usually let WMs just like they're a Marine too, so they like the D or maybe they like the P. I don't know. Maybe like the P and the D. I don't know, but. Yeah, I mean, you don't film somebody without asking.
If you accidentally see it, go ahead and gander a little bit. But don't fucking film it, bro. I mean, that's stupid. You're a dumbass, especially filming, because there's always evidence of that shit.
Yeah. Intake. We did see 3 H-46s here in the boonies the other day. Thought they were dumped. They did dump them. It's probably the Air National Guard or something. They went mostly to Ospreys because we had 53s, 46s, and the Cobra. Did I say Cobra? Is that right? And then we went to Ospreys. Went to school with a lot of Marines. Yes, you did, Tony. I had a lot of fun going to school there with all the Navy ladies. It was great. It was great. Navy, large cylindrical tube filled with semen underwater, 0351 bikes. That's his Marine occupational specialty. That means he's a door kicker for sure. 1371, Minnesota Cowboy. Yeah, you getting some of the tropical storm? Yes, I am. It's fucking raining out of the blue here, and it's stymie hot like fucking Jacksonville, North Carolina, or it's super humid. I'm sitting here sweating as we talk about. Minnesota Cowboy up, good stuff. You don't film it, just put it in your mental, right? Yeah. Hell yeah, paid to blow shit up. Yeah, you can't beat that, man. That's a good job. Good job. We had a drill instructor that was 4 foot nothing and carried around a big chief saber.
Chef,
like
chef,
Kim Jong. Chef, chief.
Yeah.
No, I said it right?
Chef, I thought. I mean, like
Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe chef, chief, whatever.
Yeah.
He looked like Kim Jong. Saw him standing on his tippy toes, screaming at some dude swinging the sword around. Lost my shit laughing and had to do 8 counts until I puked. Oh man, we spent so much time in the sandbox, man. Fuck. Burpees are the enemy of everyone.
Yeah, I didn't. And then we get like HTP doing burpees for fun. I'm like, are you kidding me, bro?
Oh, I still do burpees. I still do
Yeah?
kettlebell swings. Yeah. I'm not doing 100 of them at a time. HTP put out a thing on Google. Who wants to join him do 100 burpees a couple times a day? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm good. The old knees and the hip would probably fall apart. Morning guns coast to coast, or
Hey,
afternoon, sir.
GCC. I've been
On the
enjoying your
grinder.
videos, by the way.
Yep. Is what it is. Hi all. Muster on the grinder in 10. You got 10 minutes? What the fuck? Get the fuck out of my no.
All right.
Okay, so this will be cruel and unusual punishment for most people that are in the military, but they would take our mail at mail call and throw it out the fucking window because we were on the 3rd deck of the H barracks at boot camp. They would throw the fucking mail out the window. You'd have to run down, retrieve the mail, give it back to the drill instructor, then sit down, and then they would call you back up, and you have to slap and say, "Mail received, aye, sir," and then sit down. All right. Sometimes they would do it 3 or 4 times before they actually let you have the mail. I can't.
Is that just to get you to go up and down the stairs, or what?
Or just to fuck with you because they want you to follow orders. They want you to follow orders as they're given to you.
All right.
And a lot of times they'd have a drill instructor down at the bottom, and they would say, "Go back upstairs." So you'd have to run back upstairs, tell the drill instructor, report to the drill instructor, "Hey, drill instructor so and so told me to come back upstairs." And when they would yell at you to go back downstairs, and you'd have to do it back and forth because the whole point they were trying to get across to you is to follow the order that you last received, right? So you'd have to do that back and forth and play fuck games all day. Yes! Bikes came out with the fuck games. Yep. Awesome. Yeah. It made for a great time. Unless you were getting mail. I told people not to send me mail. My motherfucking recruiter sent me a mail and put a rank on it, and I paid for that for days. And then when I told the drill instructor because he asked who the fuck sent me the mail and it had a rank on it, he's like, "So Lance Corporal who sent you fucking mail saying you're a Lance Corporal? You're still a recruit," because I hadn't got promoted to Lance Corporal because I had not claimed the title Marine yet. So I told him my drill instructor. So he brings me into the DI shack, and you had to knock to go in and all that shit. And then I go in there, and he calls this staff sergeant recruiter and fucking rips his fucking ass over the phone and says if he ever does that again to one of his recruits, that he'll make sure that he doesn't have a fucking job as a recruiter anymore, and he'll be scrubbing shitters. It was pretty funny.
Right.
And of course I couldn't laugh because I wasn't allowed to laugh. But Wayne, I have MS now, and PT is hell.
Yeah.
The guys that walked on the grass got it the worst. They had to break formation every time. We saw a squirrel and saluted and asked permission to pass. Gotta love it. Yeah. Oh, it's fuck games, man. You knew that's what you were gonna go there and do, right? You just had to play the games. Disappear, go away. Yep. When you
salute a squirrel.
Yeah. Oh, it was so the drill instructors are super fit, right? Because that's all they do. They train Marines.
Yeah. They're basically in boot camp 24/7.
Yeah. So these motherfuckers would run around backwards around the platoon and yell at you and stuff, all while you're running at full force, right? But these motherfuckers are running around backwards. They're running between the fucking rows of people. And they're just like fucking, like, I don't know how they have that much fucking energy, but they did. They held half the mail and gave it back 1 week before the end. Laugh out loud. Assholes were devious. You still got it. Yeah. Yep. There was so much fucked up shit, man. They threw our guide on in a fucking puddle of mud, and I broke formation to go get it because you're not supposed to allow the guide on to fucking touch the dirt. And I got put in a fucking chokehold. Fucking one drill instructor was on top of me, fucking choking me out, and I'm in a mud hole, and I'm fighting him because I'm like, bitch, you're not putting the guide on. No, you're not putting the guide on in the fucking mud. And so yeah, it was great. It was great. But I wasn't about to let them fucking disgrace our fucking flag like that, because that was our, our platoon flag.
Yeah, bikes and bullets. I would have loved to seen that. If somebody films them having to salute a squirrel, please share that with me. I would love to watch that. Minnesota Cowboy Up is dealing with PD and all that. That is bullshit, bro. YouTube channel is really good for that, in my opinion. It can help. It can also hinder. Like when you have to deal with trolls and shit. Sometimes that can definitely get you in a depressive state. So try not to focus on trolls. Try to focus on the people that actually leave positive shit on your videos. I know you make videos. I've seen a few of them. Obviously, I haven't watched them all, but keep doing you, bro, and that'll help. Just don't give any attention to the trolls, but that'll help with the PD. I think you gotta have some kind of camaraderie and some sort of good what do you call it, personal contacts. I don't know what you call it.
I don't even see that comment.
Oh, that was way back up that he had talked about how he has MS and PD down.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So,
I read some of them. I read some of them.
Yeah. Well, I was reading by myself. You were on a roll, bro. You were going through the comments. I wasn't going to stop you. It's usually me that has to go through these comments. Like, come on, man, we're really far fucking behind. But no, to Minnesota Cowboy Up, man. Hey, man, keep strong. Don't let it beat you.
Fuck the trolls. Fuck the trolls. Don't feed the trolls. Talk shit to them, and then don't acknowledge them whenever they post dumb shit. Like when we used to do chats a long time ago. Poison Stinger would fucking automatically delete their comments and stuff. I'm like, nah, let them stay in there because they just look like retards, man. Fuck it.
Oh, I know. I've been doing that lately on a lot of my videos, right? A lot of my videos, like the one, why I don't support Trump anymore, and I know Minnesota Cowboy does kind of, well, a little bit. I don't know exactly your position on it, but I did a chat video on that, right? And all I get is these retarded answers with horrible grammar, horrible English, and no actual rebuttal, just you're a fucking retard or fuck you, you asshole. And so I'm having fun with them in the chat. None of them have responded, surprisingly, but it's hilarious. Anyway, don't let them win.
Tony says we're going to get another stimulus check. He said it twice.
A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people saying that. Yeah.
Multiple sclerosis as hell, and a handbasket with a grenade. Yep.
Do something good with your stimulus. If you owe debt, pay that debt off. If you don't owe debt, maybe invest some of that in gold or silver or an actual business venture or something like that. Make that stimulus check, which is basically socialism money. Take that and make it do something for you in a good way, because there is no such thing as free money, and the tax man is going to come due. So right now, the last one that happened, I paid off the little bit of debt that we had, and then the rest of it I put into gold. I have a half an ounce of gold because of it. And that's my stimulus gold, right? So when the dollar crashes and we have hyperinflation, well, I only have a half an ounce, so it's not like a ton, right? But it's something. I did something positive.
Trident Tony, those are bribe checks. Stimulus, shake my head. Right, yeah, they're not stimulating anything. I gay that Minnesota.
I think he's saying okay. I get
that. There's no failure in our rate. Get the job done, whatever it takes. Most airframers had at least one surgery before their second enlistment. Yeah, a lot of traumatic brain injuries. There's all kinds of shit that goes along with that. Right. Not just any part of the service. Fuck the trolls. Who wants troll babies? Did you get MS from anthrax shots? Oh fuck, I hope not, because I took those fucking. Right. Maybe that's why I heard all the fucking time. I refuse to. I know why I heard all the time, but we're not going to talk about that on here. I refuse to cash the stimulus, aka inflation check, bankrupting the U.S. and inflating the money by printing trillions. Sad.
So he says.
Yeah. Let's see. No debt. I planned on gold. I owe that to you, Stinger.
Oh, cool.
I'm still waiting on my check. Guns is $1 million. Guns coast to coast.
Yeah, you have to earn less than $100,000 a year, Guns. Yeah, so if you make over $100,000 a year combined with your spouse, you're screwed. You're not going to get it.
Guns has got money to buy A-10 Warthogs and have a fucking complete airport. You're probably not going to get a stimulus check.
And Anonymous American, I applaud you for not cashing your stimulus check, but in my view, me not cashing my socialism check is not going to do anything. If they're going to be giving out free money, my one check is not going to save the economy, which is all fiat anyway and backed by absolutely nothing. So if they're going to hand out free socialism money, I want my free socialism money too. I'm not for them handing it out. I do not want them to hand it out. But if they're going to hand it out, give me mine too. I'm going to put it into something real, something that I can tangibly hold, something that's been of value for millennia, right? And it's not going to go up or down with, well, it will go up and down with inflation, but I mean, it's always physical. Anyway, you know what I mean.
Wayne says he knows a Marine that has nerve damage in his legs from the anthrax shots. I got nerve damage too, but I don't know if it's from the anthrax. You can always stick it up your bum.
Oh, that is a seaman talking right there.
Right. TBI sucks. I got domed by a tail hook. Holy fuck.
How are you all getting hit in the head?
Well, mine was from getting crushed, but anthrax fucked me up. Yeah, I don't know, man. And I got a lot of fucking problems. So I don't know. It could be from the anthrax. I don't know. It could be I'm asset rich and cash poor. Well, yeah, cash is junk. Yeah, assets is where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd love to talk to you one-on-one a little bit more about investing and shit, because I'm kind of new to the game. I just got into collecting gold and silver recently, and I've been trying to get into investing as well. But, I'm just barely getting new to this. I didn't really wake up to the whole what the world is like until I think 2011, 2012, so that's only like 8 years ago. And, I've been prepping and doing all this stuff hardcore as much as I can. But then I went to one side of the guns and the ammo and the stuff that were fun, right? And I kind of stayed away from the stuff that's actual staples that you need, right? So now I'm trying to play catch up on that end where, I'm not buying any more firearms. Every once in a while I kind of tinker with it. But, I mean, it's like a bad habit, bro. I like that shit.
Yeah.
So, but I'm also, I bought some plates, right? Just recently I bought 4 plates, 2 for me, 2 for my wife. Now I'm looking for plate carriers, but I got to get the 3XL, but I'm getting the gastric bypass surgery. So, eventually that'll be smaller. So, I'm trying to get to lean and mean. I want to feel and look like a badass. So when I lose all the weight, hopefully this is me thinking long term, then not only will that help my health conditions, right? But it'll also make me a little bit more healthier, which is only a good thing. So trying to get lean and mean in my old age.
I mean, I'd be interested to know what assets you're talking about. Are you talking about like tangible assets or gold and silver? Or are you talking about like me? Like I have all these tools, and hand tools and machinist tools and all this stuff is.
Well, some things you have to report on your taxes and some things you don't, right?
Right, but I'm just saying like an asset. So I was just curious what he was talking about in general, if he was talking about stuff like that. I bet I get my white privilege card before you get your check. My shit always hurts. Yes, Tony, I'm the same way. I sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies whenever I get up from a chair anytime. Doctors always say there's nothing wrong with me. I just hurt for no reason. Yeah. And like, I don't know it'll probably come out after we die that anthrax fucked us up. But just like Agent Orange, they finally paid that after most of the Vietnam veterans were dead, or a lot of them had passed away from it. You don't want to have too much gold. You'll be a target for aliens when they return. Yeah. I got a bunch of those damn shots. Yeah, me too. Fat ass smallpox scar on my arm. Trying to pick your nose.
Oh, maybe. Was I picking a boogie? I don't know. Was I?
I'm always playing. Never cash the first one. A wrong doesn't make it right. Cashing it makes you on their plan. I get your stance though.
Yeah, I mean, I get yours too, bro. I get yours, and it's honorable for sure. At the same time, I don't know. I struggled with it.
Yellow shirt told, "Damn, Wayne, you weren't wearing your grape cover, or it just hit you that fucking hard." I don't know. That sucks, bro. Really does, yeah. Here's the thing. At 25, on the end of my second in tour, I became real sick. Ended up the carrier, and the next thing I know it, I woke up in the VA. My blood sugar was well over 1,200. Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know.
Mine was high. I thought mine was high. Like I think it was 4 or 5 or 6, and they were like freaking out that it was that high. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know you could survive that shit.
Was 188 pounds of pure muscle, and all of a sudden diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, however the hell it's pronounced. Fast forward 5 years, and I get MS. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much fucked up stuff that they gave us. You know, half the stuff we don't even really know. Most of my medical records were lost when they closed down the base I was on. So I got blown off a 7-ton, thrown into a wall by being next to a tank blast, and bleeding from my ears. No Purple Heart because I never wrote
Reported
it and listed after action reports. I also did not get any of that, nor did I get a combat action ribbon because I was TAD to a base that didn't exist because the CIA ran it. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. But I was at a CIA spook base, and so therefore it didn't exist, so we didn't get combat action ribbons. I got all the other medals, but we didn't get combat action ribbons. or you didn't get a Purple Heart. None of that shit. So yeah, I feel you, man. OIF and OEF. Tactical tone. Thank you for serving. Thank everybody for serving. You know, house tools, guns, and rest is property. I have a lot of things. My money comes in and goes out. Yeah, I do the same thing, man. I put it in. My wife's like, well, you're not going to use that for 6 months. Why do you buy it? Well, I mean, you know, I get it, and that way we have it. The only thing we didn't have during the whole Surveiling bug apocalypse was hamburger. So I'm working on getting that and learning how to freeze dry it or can it and all that other stuff.
Oh, I can help you out with that, dude. We got we got canning, we got fermentation going on, we got deep freezing going on, and now that I have like $1,000 of meat back before the meat prices went up, right? So I have a good amount. I got a 5.5 cubic foot freezer full of meat, and then I've got a shelf full of canned beef stew and just regular beef and stuff like that. And now I'm gonna get the gastric bypass surgery. I got food for the rest of my fucking life, bro.
Wayne G says it happened to me, anonymous. I had witness statements for my TBI because I blacked out and went back to work. Yeah, same way with me, man. I got fucked up and didn't even know because I was so fucking jacked up on adrenaline. So yeah, yep, same deal, man. I had to actually go and find the ship's logs to prove that I was even where we were at, because it was such a for lack of better, it was not a sanctioned operation, of course, according to you know. But it was right after the USS Cole got blown up, so that can, most of you guys will understand that. Smallpox never took on the skin after 3 separate boosters. They gave up and said I had a rare immunity to it. After 3 days, my skin wouldn't heal. My doc said they only say the smallpox rejection in his schooling before me. No shit. I was wearing a cranial. That's why I'm alive. Got lucky. Never heard of one walking. No.
Never heard of one walking away from him.
No, never heard. Yeah.
Damn, dude. Y'all get injured a lot.
Well, I mean, you know, you're human. You make mistakes. Right. Same here, guns. I don't have debt, and I don't hold fiat.
I do hold fiat because you have to hold fiat, right? I want to buy a piece of land out in the middle of the sticks. I want to get out of Arizona, go out east a little bit, maybe Tennessee, maybe Texas. I'm not really sure. Texas, I really don't like some of the stuff that goes on there, but at the same time, we have family and friends there. So that's an idea, right? Tennessee is great. Even though it's not constitutional carry, it's still got a lot of great people. Still can get some probably decent land that I can go shooting on, stuff like that, right? But I can't do that any other way than to hold fiat currency. So right now we put about 5% of our income into gold and silver. unless we get a stimulus check, which, whatever that is. And then other than that, the rest we have like I think 10% that we're putting into cash, right? And the cash is going to be for a down payment on a house, and you have to have cash, man. Cash is still king, but yeah, I know it's fiat. I don't hold a lot into it.
Have certain things that I'm trying to prepare. You losing me again? It started raining, so.
Yeah, you froze up, or I froze up. One of us froze up.
I seen my shit buffering, but it's starting to rain and lightning again, so the internet will probably go out. But yeah, I try to put it in, like I said, if you think you're gonna need a tarp because you need a roof repair, right, well, get a tarp, right? If you need screws, get screws, because all this shit. If when this first all kicked off, you weren't allowed to go anywhere, right? Everything shut down. So during those times, you got to think, where I live at, what's some things I may have to deal with. Tornadoes, plywood. Go ahead and get your plywood cut for your windows and stuff like that. So that's what I do with it. Gunn says he's at a loss, has no military stories. That's all right, man. Everybody's welcome here. I got 6 staples in my dome. In the dome, hit my head on a fuel tank, no cranial. Used to be clumsy as fuck. Yeah, yep. I still have mine somewhere. That's why I didn't get my first one. We were in South Africa doing. Yeah, right. Yeah, you were probably over in Yemen. Or no, I guess it's not South Africa. Yeah. So yeah, we were doing stuff that we weren't supposed to be. Well, it didn't happen. Guns coast to coast. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, with the military stories. Yeah. I don't have any, but it's all right. I enjoy listening to them and figuring it out. I always wanted to go in the military, but I was always too overweight and too much of a wuss.
JTFs were also denied recognition, noted in SRB only. Yeah. They'll teach you not to be clumsy. Yeah, you don't get around too much and be clumsy because you end up fucking dead. I don't know about the rest, but I served out of patriotism, and the fact my family's been in the Corps since
it's good reasons.
1775.
That's good reasons. I mean, I think that you guys get used as pawns. The military does for stupid shit to make politicians richer. If anything, I mean, you're pawns. But the reason why you guys go there in the first place, totally respect it. Total honor, bro. I mean, fist bump, pound chest, whatever you want. I mean, you go there for the right reasons, obviously, to keep America safe, keep America free. Unfortunately, you're more like the police. You're getting into conflicts that have nothing to do with our individual freedom here in America. And now we have the military who are roaming the streets of America, taking away freedoms of Americans here on our own soil. So it sucks.
That's the new guard, man. The old guard wouldn't do that shit, man. I'm telling you right now, that wouldn't happen. That would be a unlawful order. I posted up that the other day, but Tactical Tony shot himself a copperhead the other day.
Yeah.
Bike says, same here, Minnesota cowboy. My grandfather was the fam's first Marine, World War II. My grandfather was a frogman in the Navy. And then my other grandfather was in the Army. 3 of my uncles were Army, Purple Heart awardees. The other 2 uncles were Marine. One of them got a Purple Heart. And yeah, and then I went in. So yeah, kind of a little bit of a lineage there. Not everybody, but my grandfathers went in because of World War II. So they weren't forced. Mm-hmm. And then the other ones went into Korea and Vietnam. So, right. Let's see. Bike's awesome. Wayne G, your zoo stories are better than military stories. Guns.
Is gun coast to coast? Are you a person who works at the zoo? What's the terminology for that? A zoologist? I don't know.
Bikes asked how big the snake was.
Yeah.
Luckily, we were covered when this all kicked off. I was able to focus on comfort items. Yeah. Like I said, we just hamburger was the real big thing. I still got to do the video for HCP and the stinger video. But yeah, I mean, we're pretty good. Had a lovely time when IED hit our Humvee. It was just awesome. Yeah, I can
Hey man,
imagine.
that's like a carnival ride. You get flipped and in the air, like
No,
woo!
not in a fucking Humvee. Maybe a fucking MRAP or a fucking Buffalo, but
Well, aren't Humvees susceptible to IEDs? I mean, they
yeah,
have like a southern.
they're just a steel
They're
can.
yeah, there's like another vehicle that was much better that didn't
Yeah.
win the contract or whatever, but they were a lot better against IEDs. But hey,
No.
man, the Humvees are fine.
They've switched over to mainly MRAPs, mine-resistant vehicle, and the Buffalo. I was laughed so hard that the coffee came out of my nose over the gorilla stories. Yeah, he's. Sometimes it takes a few years to look at South America now. Oh, that's what we were doing. Laugh out loud. Yeah, it takes. Yeah, Stinger. Speaking generally, it's okay. Albeit speaking personally, I disagree with your statement. I don't know what that statement was about. It's hard as hell for a Marine to get. Yeah, I mean, you got to pretty much die. I mean, my uncle has one, but I think he got shrapnel in his fucking face. I know he got it in his arm. He still has a piece of shrapnel in his arm because it was too close to something that they couldn't remove it. But I think he got it in his fucking skull too. My dad was in Vietnam. He worked at UC, so I got to go free. Then when I considered joining, he told me beat my ass. Turns out I'm afraid of him. Right, because he didn't want you to go see the horrors of Vietnam, in real life. Not in a Hummer. That's just a shoebox. Yeah, a Humvee is just a fucking tin can. Now, they did put armor on them, but they didn't armor the bottom of them, so.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to reference there.
Yeah, the Buffalo is the new one that they came out with, and like I said, the MRAP, those are all mine resistant. Yeah, and they still blow the fuck out of them on occasion.
I think guns.
Occupants.
I think Bikes and Bullets was probably referencing my whole "you guys are pawns in a rich man's game," but it's true. We went. You go to Afghan after 9/11. You're like, oh, I want to go, save America. But why did 9/11? You got to think further back than just the act of terror that supposedly happened on 9/11. First of all, there's a whole bunch of theories on that one, looking into building 7. Right? Let's not get into that part of it. Let's just say that the terrorists came and attacked the country in 2001. 9/11, right? So you go and fight for your country. Honorable thing to do. Patriotic thing to do. But why did they do that in the first place? Okay, because we started meddling into that shit back in the 70s, right? So if you'd have to go far back, but we've been meddling all this time. Why do you think we're getting attacked? It's not because we didn't go out and start shit. You don't start shit, there won't be shit. If we didn't go out there and start that shit, they wouldn't be attacking us on this shit. Right? But we did. We armed them up. We created chaos in that areas because we wanted the oil cheaper or whatever. It's just my opinion. Obviously, you can be disagreeing with it. I don't care. But, I mean, at that point, you're playing a rich man's game. And, yes, they attacked us, but was that by – I don't know. Anyway, that's my point.
Yeah, I went in because, I felt like it was my obligation. There was no war going on when I went in. Either way, I mean, I would have went in either way.
Right.
I mean, I'd always wanted to do it as a kid. Even though my grandfather didn't talk about it a lot, I mean, I knew what he'd done. I'd seen his ribbons and all that stuff. And then my uncles are the same way. They didn't talk about it a whole lot. But, I mean, to me, I feel like everybody should go in the military and to some capacity, just because
it would definitely solve a lot of our problems.
You get to see the world. Whether it's in peacetime or war, you get to interact with people that you wouldn't normally interact with all over the country. I think it builds a lot of features and characteristics of good people because you're not stuck in that little box that is your small town or big town, whatever.
It teaches discipline for sure.
Yeah, it does teach discipline, but that's lost if you don't maintain it. But I'm saying, as far as the overall camaraderie and shit like that, that kids these days, the only thing they know is the phone or the internet. They don't actually get out and interact with people. So that to
I'm
me
just
would make.
saying that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
we
just
start
think that we're starting wars for bullshit reasons. As I said earlier in the chat with Vietnam, total lie, a total lie. Why we got into that and why did we want to get in on that? There was reasons the politicians wanted to get in on that, but they couldn't sell it to the American people, so they had to create the Gulf of Tonkin. Because without that, America would be like, no, we don't want to get involved in that shit because we have no business to be in that. But then if one of our ships gets sunk, then that's an attack on America. So now the American people are okay with it. Same thing with World War II, some people might say, with the whole Pearl Harbor. America did not want to get involved in World War II. The people didn't want to get involved in that. Not until Pearl Harbor happened, because it takes us as a people to be under attack before we want to get into a war. Look at 9/11. We didn't want to be in the Middle East at the time, but boy, we see some terrorists fly some planes and some buildings, and now everybody's patriotic. Everybody wants to go, bomb Iran. So how do you get the American people to be okay with starting some shit? You have to have us be attacked as an American people. It's all a dog and pony show.
Well, the actual attack happened in Yemen, and then 9 months before that, they tried to attack another U.S. naval vessel. So what actually started the 9/11 kickoff was they started attacking U.S. Navy ships.
The coal.
They blew. Well, they tried another one, but the ship sank before they could reach the destroyer. Then they blew up the coal, and then there was always a lot of tensions over there because they're blowing up the U.S. embassies. But Al Qaeda in Yemen was the one who originally kicked it all off, and then they thought it was a Saudi prince that was doing it, but in all actuality, it was Osama bin Laden that had concocted all this. And
who we helped. In fact, wasn't his family in the White House like the day before 9/11?
Yeah, I think they were actually there during. But it was
damn.
he was a rich Saudi prince. But anyways, it actually started before 9/11, and we didn't actually do anything about it until they hit the world. They sent in the CIA. I'm pretty sure most of this is declassified. Let me think. Anyways, do a research. But they sent in the CIA to Yemen. They sent in the CIA to Yemen, and they figured out what was going on in the terrorist cell, and it was basically Al Qaeda or whatever the fuck you want to call them. But yeah, that's where it started at. It didn't, and then they had other plots to destroy stuff, but they actually made a successful run at the Twin Towers. And there was a lot of other shit going on. But I don't know what's declassified and what's not. But I know that the CIA has. I'm pretty sure they claimed that they were in Yemen. So we'll just leave it at that. Anyways, moving on. Let me go ahead and read some other things. Because first American in family was in the Civil War. That one was my grandfather, was a World War II pilot in the Army. Before there was the Air Force, Army, Air Corps. Yep. My other grandfather was in D-Day, was actually Army. They made him dress as a Marine, and he was pissed.
Wow.
Well, maybe that was to scare them. Fuck, I don't know. Because they knew, they knew what was coming. I don't know. I would be upset too, if I had to wear somebody else's uniform. Maybe they didn't have enough. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know what the circumstances. Maybe you can tell us more. I have no military stories. I was just there for the gourmet food, Saints and Sappers, right? Right, Saints and Sappers was just there. He was just there. Cow killer, feed me, please. Laugh out loud. Then my current uncle, grandfather, and stepfather are firefighters. I joined Marine Infantry.
Nice.
I still do. Like I said, I'm not on the fire department per se in a capacity, but if they need extra bodies, I will go help. You have to buy all your stuff here, so once you buy it, you have it forever unless you get super fucking fat and then you look like a yellow school bus. But boy, did you get lied to, says Stan.
Who's that, me? I don't know.
Saints.
Oh.
Talking about the gourmet food.
Yeah.
9/11 was the second time those buildings had ever been bombed. Yep, they tried blowing it up from the basement before.
Yep.
Saints. Yeah, nobody ever goes in for the food. Remember a van in the parking garage by the same group? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But
1993.
we didn't learn from Russia when they went. It's not gonna. If the fucking a Russian bear came over the mountain, and that's actually a book. I don't know if they had you guys read that, but that's actually a good book. Tried to flood the river into the foundation. Afghanistan, either Minnesota. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Afghanistan, but we didn't. The Russians didn't learn.
I mean, we've been there, what, 16 years? No. Yeah, about 16, more than 16 years now, right? Because we got in there like 2002, so it's like 18 years now.
Military is a good proving ground. You learn who you are and what you can do by pushing yourself mentally and physically. I mean, I don't know about the Navy. Yeah. They had some pretty big fat ass chiefs that couldn't fit through the fucking dog down door.
I could not have joined the Navy. Like, I wanted to be Air Force, but I wasn't thin enough and in shape enough, and I was a wuss. But if I would have been allowed to go to the Navy, I still wanted to, because no, I ain't going to be a seaman first class. Fuck that shit.
Irish, the day I was born, a Marine, was the 10th of January, 1997, less than a month before my 18th birthday. Let's see. 10th of January. Okay. No, I claimed the title November of 97. No, wait. Yeah, November. Yeah, November. Yet they did nothing about the USS Liberty. I was 17 when I joined because I graduated early. I had to get parental consent and did. I turned 18 in boot camp, 19 in Iraq, 20 in Iraq. By 21, I was home and it was glorious. I turned.
That's rough.
I turned 18 in boot camp. But I was in delayed entry program for a year. Because right before I went in, I got into a bad car wreck and had to be cut out of it. So I had to wait 6 months for all my shit to heal. And of course you can't pass the PFT if you got fucking broke bones, bruised ribs, broke ribs, bruised heart, lungs, all that shit. It makes more sense with the river flooding. I was wondering why the hell they were thinking the first time the Twin Towers were bombed. Yeah, because they didn't have enough explosives to pop it and bring it down. Staying the USS Liberty was a shame and still pisses me off. The USS Liberty is one that burns my ass. I also graduated early. Same Wayne. Pissed off a lot of people. I'm not even American, and that burns my ass. Damn, I'm fucking all slow here.
Yeah.
What up, Saps? Says Tony. We're all called devil dogs for a reason. Yep. Actually, I'm hoping to go to the two Bella Woods in a couple years, so I can walk on hollow ground. I got to raise money for that. So squirrel meat is on the menu, says Tactical Tony. That's awesome. Battle of Bella Woods. Yep. I want to go there so bad I can fucking taste it, but it's like $5,000. And so yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to get that before the trip goes, but I'm working on it. I was told Navy food was the best. Those fucking retards can't figure out rice 10 months into deployment, and we're still finding new ways to fuck it up. That's why you cover everything in hot sauce, Wayne. Did you not learn that, Wayne? Damn it, Wayne. Squirrel meat, for those about to be eaten, we salute you. Yeah, right. That's a Navy thing. Yeah. Chicken of the tree, Stan. Oh man, I'm really behind, huh? He's such a cute little feller. Anonymous American. He said Marines are considered special forces by the Germans. The powers that be in the U.S. military wanted to scare the Germans by making it look like unlimited Marines storming the beach. So he was, dressed. Yeah.
Referencing the grandfather. Okay.
Yeah.
So
11/7/95.
Is that the day that you went into the
That's
service?
the day he claimed the title.
All right.
No, that's not the actual day, but that's the day he probably claimed.
I was gonna say, because I'm pretty sure you're older than that, bro.
You're too gracious, tree rats. Told to put Marines uniform on as he was attached to Marines on D-Day. That's a big set of shoes to fill, man. That's probably why he was pissed. He's like, fuck. And probably a bigger target.
Yeah.
Oh, they're special force, all right. Laugh out loud.
The handyman unit.
Jesus. Adapt and overcome.
You caught up with the chat, bro.
Yeah, only 2 hours later. All right. Yeah. I mean, we once I get this Tennessee property set up and everything going on with that, once we get funded for that, man, you guys we'll have to have a fucking camp out or something. Or
are all the links in the descriptions below?
Yeah, everything's down there below. So if you want to support Rally Point Irish, you come there and learn how to farm, but mainly we could just sit around and drink moonshine from the hills of Tennessee or something. If
even shoot off some fun shit too.
Yeah. We might, we got Minnesota there. Hey, we eat crayons and we shit rainbows. No. That sounds like a Navy thing. Taste the rainbow. Come on now, Minnesota.
Don't you know only one rainbow matters during Pride?
Oh, Lord. Are you referring to your Skittles?
Oh, my all-white Skittles. The prideful Skittles, yeah.
Green crayons for everyone. Yep. All right, well, it's 2 hours and 5 minutes, guys and gals. I appreciate everybody coming in. I have work to do, so we'll let Stinger show his... Did you find them? Do you want to show them before we get
over there. No, that's fine. Check it out. It's all-white Skittles called... the Pride Skittles. They don't sell. They yanked them off the shelf pretty quick because somebody in HR didn't catch the whole meaning. Oh, Riddle Girl's gonna grab them because she's proud. We bought them, right? So there you go. Right. Only one rainbow matters during Pride. So they're all white. It's even the Pride pack, right? I don't know, bro. These might be worth some money someday, so we're sitting on this shit.
Yeah, hold on.
Anytime you can get racist shit, buy it. That's a good investment.
No, I don't know about that. But anyways, thanks for everybody checking in. Check out the links below. ProjectRecover.org, Rally Point Irish, and all that good stuff down there. Check it out if you guys want to donate. Whatever. Spread the links. Spread the chat. Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Bitch and moans, complaints. Leave them in the comment section below.
Check out Tony's little GoFundMe. Yep, sorry.
Check out Tactic Tony. I'll try to copy that link and put it in the description as well. Right. So everybody have a great day. Simplifying Godspeed. And we'll see you guys and gals later. Hopefully, God willing, tomorrow. Peace out.